Nicia's break-even point. Hello, we are Team Nicia and we are back with another video that discusses Nicia's break-even point. Nicia is operating as a merchandising company selling protective kits. In this video, Nicia's inventory movement, stock costs report, and contribution margin income statement will be presented. At the end of this video, the team will be able to present Nicia's break-even point in peso sales and in units. Here, we have the reports provided, and these are the inventory movement report, inventory stock cost report, and the contribution margin income statement. This is the inventory movement of Nicia. The inventory movement report shows the dates, status, and corresponding units purchased, sold, or transferred to resellers. It was identified to support the number of units presented in the computation of contribution margin income statement. Next, this is Nicia's inventory stock cost. The inventory stock cost report looks at current on-hand inventory with the consideration of the item cost. These values together represent current cost of goods on hand. This is provided to track the inventory held for sale and to oversee inventory costs. This is Nicia's cost summary. The cost report is provided in the computation of the break-even point because it gives the detailed valuation of the fixed and variable costs in solving for the contribution margin. The contribution margin income statement is provided to easily compute for the break-even point. As we can see, contribution margin equals revenue minus variable expenses. On the right side, we can see the CM income statement of Nicia. To see the detailed computation of the CM income statement, it is clearly presented on the left side of the screen. For our sales, we have here 56,471 units, and that is a total of 45,176,800, less variable expenses 38,460,612.58, and the total is the contribution margin 6,716,187.42. less fixed expenses, that is 6,697,559.72. So our net operating income is 18,627.70. We can also do contribution margin per unit basis. As you can see, we have the total column and also there's a per unit column. To compute the per unit column first, let's start with sales. Nicia sold 56,471 protective kits for a total of 45,176,800. If we divide 45,176,800 with 56,471, we will get 800 pesos per unit. For variable expenses, the activity driver here is the number of kits sold. So for every one kit, we have variable expenses. If the total variable expenses is 38,460,612.58, and that is equivalent to 56,471 protective kits. So our per unit is 681.07 pesos. The difference of our sales and variable expenses is 118.07 14.93 pesos. So that is our contribution margin per unit. 118.93 pesos additional CM will be generated to cover fixed expenses and profit. This is very helpful to Nicia in helping measure profitability of each product that we sell. We can see that Nicia must generate at least 6,697,559.72 in total contribution margin to break even. We can also calculate contribution margin ratio, which is simply the contribution margin per unit divided by the sales price per unit. So if the contribution margin per unit is 118.93, so you will divide this with the sales price, 800 pesos, then that would be 14.87%. To solve the break-even in unit sales, we use the formula method. To compute, unit sales to break even is equal to fixed expenses divided by CM per unit. Unit sales to break even is equal to 6,697,559.72 divided by 118.93. So our unit sales to break even is 56,315 items. So what you can see below is just another method for you to solve break even in units. So in order to break even, Nicia needs to sell 56,315 protective kits. Lastly, to compute break-even in peso sales, we can use the formula method. So here, peso sales to break even is equal to fixed expenses divided by CM ratio. Peso sales to break even is equal to 6,697,559.72 divided by 14.87%. So our peso sales to break even is 45,040,751.31 pesos.